Hello, my name is Leah, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have been told that I should open a podcast. I don't even know what a podcast really was. I heard podcasts, but how do you have a podcast with one person? Not sure. Um, anyway, so I'm Leah. I am a different type of being. I feel like I'm very different. Everyone has such a individuality to them. Like everyone has something unique and special. Like every person in the world is uniquely them. There's no other. So a lot of people that I know tell me that I say things that are very interesting, so I should share them. So I said, okay, well, whatever, I'll talk to myself. I would anyway talk to myself. It was just like, I'm going to record talking to myself. So I said, I'll try on a video. And then I guess I'll try and see how it works. I'm extremely anxious because my story is not simple. I have a lot of emotions and I will go through roller coasters. I want to basically set up a diary of this day and forward. Like, and I guess I want to share it with people. That's my idea. So I'm thinking a daily like a daily goal or a daily thought I'll share every day. Something that I think, and if anyone could relate. Anyone who doesn't relate, great. Like cool. Do we have freedom of speech? Not really. So I don't get into politics because I don't do politics. I don't even I just don't do it. Um, Freedom of speech when it comes to me saying my thought process, I just go with it. And if it's approved to talk in that matter, if it's not, it's not. Not my problem. At least I'm trying to get my points across. So I'll start off that I'm a mother of 7 sons. Beautiful, handsome sons. I was born in America, and I was put in foster care at 2 years old. This is not a victim story, because I'm victorious. I'm just giving background to anyone who, yeah. I was put in foster care at 2 years old. I was legally adopted at 6. I was sexually, emotionally, physically abused in the home that I grew up in by very close family members. I took it very, very to heart, but it made me an empath. Like I was able to tell you who was good, who was bad, how things were going down. And the only thing that really kept me going through being a young child, I remember it because it's so clear to me that God is with me. Even if it's painful what I'm going through, I would talk to him. It's like I'm talking to the camera. I talk to him. I'm like it has to get better. It has to become something. I have to get out of here. And I imagine having 6 children, to make up for the 6 million Jews we lost in the Holocaust. It's so kitschy, but it's true. I prayed that I would get to the Holy Land and be able to live in the Holy Land of Israel, which at 15 happened by the grace of God. I don't even know how I got here. By the time I was 16 and a half, I was engaged. By the time I was 17, I was already getting married and pregnant. So I started my journey a little bumpy, as they call it. And I don't go into details of the bumpiness, but the bumpiness for what I've gone through, I don't know how many people would stay sane. I really don't. I feel bad for my old self. I have pity on my old self. Compassion for myself. That's good. Because life is people don't get it. You have to be compassionate to yourself before anything else. Be kind to yourself. It bothers me when people put themselves down. Why are you doing that? We all have flaws. We're not freaking robots. We're humans we're souls having human experiences. Yeah, that's one of my other things where I believe that there's like a much higher dimension that people live in. There's people that live in like a third dimension, a fourth dimension, a fifth dimension. And I also feel like the people that have gone through a lot more trauma are much more empathic. Like they just will automatically know things that children who didn't go through trauma trust people. Like for me, trust is like, okay, non-existent. I only trust God. I only trust myself. And even sometimes I don't trust myself. So then I have to pray to God. Because inside lives a little girl. A little girl who wants to run around in circles and paint the walls and scream on top of my lungs because I was stolen that right to be so very innocent and pure, you know? Some people are just born into this world to just freaking swim. There's no training about it. Like, if you don't swim, you drown. So I was thrown in and I didn't want to drown. So I made it. I swam. I came to Israel at 15. That was like the safest feeling I ever felt in my life because I was away from the abuse. I was away from the hurt. And I learned that, by running sometimes you could run from your pain. Later on in life, I've learned that this is not the case. Running is the worst thing to do in very uncomfortable situations. Running is when you get yourself in trouble. So, 17, became a mother at 18, fell in love with my son, fell in love with my child. Something belonged to me, that was given to me. It's a gift that I got that filled this huge hole that was in my soul. He filled that up. He gave me a purpose. Being a wife, okay, fine, whatever. It wasn't so important until I realized what love really felt like. A purpose to live, a purpose to survive, a purpose to keep going. And that was my first love. Yeah, he rocked my world, and he calls me mommy. Still 4 years old in my brain. Don't think about all these old people when you were younger, they would say the same shit. Oh, when you get older, you'll understand. And these people are crazy. Bottom line is, it's true. As we get older, we understand that most of the people that were older that told us we'll understand when we get older, we're correct. I understand a lot more as I got older. And I had to learn a lot of lessons on my skin because I'm that kind of person. I'm not stupid. I'm just not legit ready to say that's the end. I need to try again and again and again. Because I have this weird thing called hope. And I don't know where that comes from because where I grew up, there was very little hope. But God took me out of that place and placed me in a different country, married and having a baby. So I was safe for the first time. And I made my little family. I played house. I cooked dinners and changed diapers. And by the time I knew it, I was having my second kid. And I was not ready. Not ready. I just didn't know how to handle all that. It was just intense and brutally intense. There's no one to talk to. And again, I go back to God. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this it? Is this it? I got the answer. No, this is not it. It's just the beginning. And I just would breathe and say, I need to find a solution. I had 3 kids and I was 20 years old. I had to find a solution to fill the void because the kids weren't doing it anymore. I was still just as broken as before, and even maybe a little more, because I fell in love with children that are mine. So I had to fight through so many emotions of abandonment. Never abandon your child. So I would do it overload on abandon. Like I would overload, and I was like a tough mom. Like you touch my kid, I'll kill you. I was like gangster back then. I kind of miss that sometimes. That gangster in me that goes like, yeah, you touched my kid. No one would touch my kids. I had a very strong protective shield to protect them. Because of fear, my trauma. My fear and my trauma when no one was there to protect me. So I overloaded on protection. Overloaded on love. I don't think there's such a thing, but it's a possibility. They call it cotton balling. Yeah. The girlfriends of my children probably do not like me very much, but they pretend to, which is nice. I appreciate that. I do. Seeing that they have my son in their hands, I have to be kind and gentle. No, I'm just kidding. See that? Seven sons I have. They're not really mine, but I vesseled them into the world, so kind of help them come to life, kind of thing. I don't remember going through 7 births. I don't remember it. It's like I see the people, they're my sons. I get it. But like I think it's like a trauma thing where it's like I don't remember half of it, and this is not when I was drinking yet. Like that started later on. But even as like having all these little kids, I was a kid in my own way. I was a kid also, like who's gonna take care of me? Like always having to change diapers and feed this one, change that one, feed this one. I didn't have time to think, to feel whatever. It was over for me there. Now I'm done. Like that was it. Today's so different. It's weird when I think about that. What would I tell my younger self about what will happen in the future? If I could have maybe saved a little bit of pain. But then I think, no, everything had to be the way it had to be. Because that's life. So yeah, I'm going to sign off here. I'll be back later. I also change my hairstyle every day. I sometimes wear glasses because I can't see. But I don't like wearing glasses because it's heavy. That's another story. But I'll sign off here. And so if I have straight hair tomorrow, still come visit me. This is Leah's channel. Leah. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.